As you can see, the parents are there arguing, dysfunctional family, and the son is going to be affected by it one way or another. A lot of them is not going to go through that hell that his parents already went through. That's all that's seen in the natal chart, particularly the fourth house, because that's the Imon Coeli. And it's kind of funny because I kind of forgot about the Imon Coeli in the south node. I shouldn't really say the south node, but it's the other end of the chart. You got the top end, which is Saturn, the career sector, the medium Coeli, and then you got the bottom end, and that's the Imon Coeli. And a man just asked me about that while I was doing a phone consultation with him, so I had to restudy it. And then, lo and behold, right after the full moon or something, which is always about revelations, I happened to find my that's why I said everything happens for a reason, because I wouldn't even type that in had not I was trying to see if this website had a post in my article, which they didn't. They actually destroyed everything. So now I gotta find out why and see what happens. But what you have to do sometimes is breathe and let things go, because everything happens for a reason. It was funny because one of my students contacted me and said we could set up our own website. Don't waste time asking people to print your stuff. Just set up our own stuff. So that's kind of nice her to make that. And it's kind of funny because her twin, he's a nut job. He came back and started harassing the channel, but he didn't know what was going on. But that's how twin flames work. He didn't even know, because me and her hardly ever talk. But it's like the same time she came, and it'd be like that. The same time she comes around, he comes around. So somehow he knows, like he subconsciously knows. But he's stupid. He'll attack me. Like if I write a video, if I say twin flames reuniting, he'll dislike that video. If I do another video and I say the archangels advise one twin flame to just let it go, he'll dislike that video. So I'll say, which one is it? Let it go? I dislike. He'll just dislike anything. He's a really nutty person. But it's kind of funny to a certain degree. But I don't think it would be funny if I ever got to see him, because I think it's such a coward to do that over the internet. Only a coward would do something like that. But I'm not. This video is not about him. It's about these dysfunctional families. So I could see it in my, like I took my father's from that article I found out. I read it over and studied it, and it made perfect sense to me. Like everything I went through is on his chart, and the divine mother, left her fingerprint. Like she really messed him up, like really bad. And then there was only certain areas, like Gemini played a major part on his chart, and that's the twins. And then I'm on Coeli, the fourth house. See, my true north node is Cancer. That's the fourth house. So she took him as a role model for me, which means she had to have known that when I met my twin, it wasn't going to work. And I don't know why they put you through all this hell, but I always felt like somebody knew that wasn't going to work, because you could just see it. Because I'm being honest with you. I've met a lot of people. I've seen a lot of terrible people. But I can honestly say my twin was probably one of the worst people I've ever met since I've been on this planet. Just sheer wickedness. Just living to try her best to F with me one way or another. But now you can see it in her chart. And I'm sure I could see it in my, if I was able to do my mother's chart. You could see where, and she put a signature. She made sure you know it was the mother. Because they locked my father down that he barely couldn't breathe, and the only little breathing space she gave him was in Gemini, medium Coeli, and that would all be Cancer, Gemini, and the mother, medium, your subconscious, medium Coeli. So whatever's going to be in his subconscious is going to be in my subconscious, because I'm coming out of that pathway between him and my mother. And then you see when I got born, the High Priestess was right there on the tarot card. She's my tarot card. And then I'm born with my true north node in Cancer. The same situation where he had all that effed up stuff with him and the Gemini. So it's all planned out. All this is planned out. That's why I tell people, first off, I'm just going to keep it 100 like I do. Stop dealing with people that don't know what they're talking about. Y'all running because, oh, I don't like the way. Yeah, sometimes the truth can be real direct, but it's the truth is there to help you. Now, Lala, he made a couple of points, but he had a video where he said everybody needs to get their natal chart. Anything that has to do with the natal charts, they need to do. Same thing I've been saying. Anybody that really studies, that has any really real intelligence, they know that you have to get your natal chart. There's no way around it. Because I'm learning so much more now. I just went over my father's, learning so much more about me, and made me feel better about my situation with the twin. And you say, why would the universe put so much work into it, and if they know it's not going to work? You'll never know why the powers that be do what they do. But they do everything for a reason. Just like if you're in the government may do a whole lot of stuff that you don't understand, but they feel like they understand it. And that's why you learn how to live life with a grain of salt. Just like these people that keep rejecting me. It makes no logical sense, but it doesn't have to make a logical sense. You have to realize the type of world you're in and what's going on. And you have to, don't get mad. Maybe your article just sucked. Okay, well then why did the other place that I didn't even ask them to print my article, why did they print an article? So it has nothing to do with the article sucking and stuff like that. It has to do with just being in the effed up world, and you gotta learn how to deal with it and keep it moving, and don't even waste your time talking to idiots. And what happens is, like I said, you have to have a little I don't know. A lot of times in life, you just got to make choices. Like, you can make choices, but then pay for those choices. Like, you can rush into a relationship, and then you and the person don't work out, or the person cheats on you, or the person doesn't want to be with you. You hurt them, or they hurt you, or you have kids, but now, it's separated. Who's going to get the kids? And kids are being used against you, or person wants half everything. And, you can make those type of choices, or you can start to slow down and make different type of choices. And what I encourage anybody to do, you don't have to be mean, but you do have to you got to toughen up, because you never know what life is going to bring you. And it just seems to me from studying all this that the more a person tries to live an unselfish life, or for other people, they're gonna have a lot harder. But if they don't, it's one of them things. Some people know how to play politics real good, but everybody doesn't like to play politics. And some people are real good at acting like they're the best friends, or they're, together, but they're still cheating with other people and stuff. It's a really crazy world. So guys like me, we stay in the grind, as far as we just move forward and deal with it. And like I said, some people do appreciate it, some people don't. But the bottom line is, you do need your natal chart if you're going to understand the life you're in. Because what you don't understand is, you may end up having to do a whole lot of stuff over because you didn't. And that's one thing Ferlallah said. He said, when you have your natal chart, you can see areas that you really need to be focused on in this life, so you don't have to keep going through this and going through this again. Possibly. He also gave a good definition of what karma is. See, what you have to understand, the universe is behind everything. So a lot of times we separate. We go black, white, but that's all third dimensional. It's really the universe. When you start to realize it's the universe, just like what's going on now, it was perfect timing, because I wouldn't have researched Gary Coleman astrology if I wasn't trying to see if this website had put me up. Now I kind of figured they wasn't going to put me up, because they used to give me a hard way to go before, but I was still writing articles. I would have to duke it out with them, but I would still be writing articles. And then this time, they approved me, and then I didn't even do anything, and now they try to disapprove. When I go back to log in, now it's no account. I didn't even write an article. And anyway, the first thing they should do is, if they didn't like the article, they could have just said it. But why did you approve me, and then all of a sudden you just totally delete my account for no reason, no violation, no nada, no warning, no nada. So we're gonna have to duke it out. I'm not, we'll see whatever happens. But this is what I tried to tell you. Now, when you submit your article to somebody, they go, "Oh no, that's not a good article," and they reject it. And then they'll see your article on another website, and they'll go, "Hey, that looks like a good website. That looks like a good article," and then they take it. How come when I gave it to you? It's like when you're trying to date somebody. It's like, how come when I gave it to you, you ain't want it? Then you see it somewhere else. Now you want it. So it's just the crazy stuff on this planet, and you just have to learn how to deal with it. But I'm a really good businessman, and I just find out what, I stay with the bottom line. Like, if I brought something from you, I want what I brought. I don't want to hear no BS. If you have BS, you're not going to be talking to me. You're going to be talking to somebody higher than you, because I don't have time to go back and forth. That's how you lose money, and that's how you lose business. And that scares people. That really scares. But, you can run where you want to, but what you should really do is learn how to grow up and deal with the situation as it is, running somewhere every time. And that's the problem when you have all these people on their way to hell because they're getting divorces and stuff like that. And God says you don't do that. But these people, they just run. So they don't really know who God is because they just run. Whenever they don't get what they want, they run. So I'm glad I didn't let things sell me out. Still the same person. And, you know, it's one of them things. Like, I look at my life pretty good. Not saying it's perfect or excellent, but it's pretty good because I don't run. I deal with it. I'm glad. Like, I'm glad. You get mad because God can be very hard on you. But when you go through the process and you actually grow up, you look back and say, I'm glad I grew up because maybe I used to run a long time ago. I don't remember now. But you deal with everything as it comes up. And that's the main thing. And what happens is, as you mature, hopefully you'll bump into somebody else that's mature too. And you can handle something as opposed to just bumping into somebody who's just lonely, or they think you're cute, or you're good for the moment. But after they get what they want from you, they're not going to want to be with you. That's all immaturity. And that's all these people running from websites to website, all these people running. There's a woman named Ray. She basically said, I don't want to have nothing to do with the twin flame community. And she kind of basically wanted to distance herself for some of the reasons I'm stating now. And there was another guy who said he was upset because when he went through his twin flame situation, he said the twin flame community didn't support him because you're dealing with a whole bunch of immature people. That's why. Until they grow up, they're not going to support him. They're just going to walk around going, where's my twin? Where's my twin? So that's what happened. When you grow up, like I said, at the end of the day, if it didn't do anything, it definitely made you stronger. Like that whole twin flame made you look at life differently. And the more I see it in the natal charts, like why? Because my father went through hell, y'all. Like I feel sorry for the dude, but he just became real violent, and that's why I have issues. Because you shouldn't have became violent. You should have just dealt with your pain, but you don't have to inflict that on other people. But you're looking at his chart, you can see that they had it in for him for whatever reason. And but they affected me because in that whole mama drama coming around from Imum Coeli, the subconscious and the female, and then things like that. But I'm a tough cookie. God made me a tough cookie. So that's the one thing I love about all this. I'm one tough SOB. Like I had a lot of like ever since that full moon, a lot of haunted stuff has been going on. One day I'll do a video and I'll tell you the haunted stuff I've been going on. But it's been funny to me. You know, it don't scare me. Like y'all would see shit and be scared. Not me. I see it so much. It's like I go up to it. Like what the fuck you and get the fuck up out of here and shit. What are you doing here? Get out of here. Start rebuking that shit. Because you've been through so much, you just don't give a fuck no more. So it's all good. So yeah, we'll see if what's these idiots gonna do with this website. See if I can get my articles posted or not. Who knows? I don't know. This is Gat. I would say it's been a pleasure, but it's been a tough day. But again, you can see it in the natal charts. That's why you want your natal charts. And when you can do all that, you start to better understand yourself. You make better decisions, and you won't be running all the time because you can't run from yourself. In other words, if the universe has a plan for you and you just keep ducking it, or I'll go to this channel because they smile, or I'll go to this channel because she makes me smile, but you still ain't dealing with yourself or dealing with why you're here, you're going to keep on making the same silly mistakes. And again, a lot of twin flames stay in separation for that reason, no maturity. They get together, use each other for whatever they want, then they separate again. So that's why.